Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Yes, remember we last made our pattern and today we are going to do the cutting. Yes, so welcome, keep up with me as we embark on this journey together. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask your questions. And yeah, so we are going to begin with cutting. We already have our pattern drafted and cut. We are just going to cut out. So this is our front and this is our back. So I'm going to cut out and then we shall see what to do next. So for every piece of this, I'm going to cut out two. One for the lining piece and one for the real fabric. For the fabric, yeah. So we are using the same material for lining, and it is the same we are going to use for the right side. So we shall cut the front first. So I'm going to arrange everything on first the front. Remember, we did not leave sewing allowance when we were drafting. So I'm going to add sewing allowance on this. My goodness. So I'll leave sewing allowance all around each of these. So in case you didn't see how we made this, we reached this point, you can check my last live, the latest I have on this channel, and you'll see how we came up to this. So we are first going to cut this out. This is our front. Remember, here we have this is the waistline. This was the waistline. So we had like the joining allowance. So here, since we came up by 1.5 inches on the dot line, somehow it decreased. So I'll notch here because this is where the actual waist was. So when you're cutting, I advise people, if you're cutting this curved, don't add too much sewing allowance on the center, because sometimes it disorganizes when you're sewing and you don't sew all the allowance out, it will not look good. Yeah, it will not look good. So try to make like 0.5 sewing allowance in the center. So here we don't need allowance. Down. So for the side we need allowance, and as I told you, don't add too much. Add like 0.5 or 0.75. As long as your measurements, you took the right measurements. Yeah, because that is also important. I always use my eyes to see the sewing allowance. Yeah. So I'm going to put the zipper on this side. I'll put the zip on the other side. So yeah, it's okay. I'm not going to put the zipper in the back. We are still cutting the front. We shall see when we get to the back to see how to do it. So as I told you, you don't need more allowance here. So here on the side, you can add like 1 inch sewing allowance or less. If you know how to sew on a small sewing allowance, it's okay. But if you don't know, add maybe 1 inch. Yeah. And make sure when you're sewing, you sew it out. I don't usually add sewing allowance on my armhole. So if you add on yours, then that is you can do what you want. Okay, so now I'm going to cut the back pieces. I'm going to arrange them and cut them. This is the center back and this is the side back. You have to learn to minimize fabric. You have to learn to minimize fabric. This will not work here, so it's okay, we can bring it down. Not to waste. Yeah. So I'm going to arrange. Okay, so you're going to cut the back as well. And for the back, I'll add a very small sewing allowance with the waistline, because you know sometimes, most times, not sometimes, the front waist and the back waist are different. There is a difference of like 1 to 2 inches. So the front back is longer than the back. The front back is longer than the back. The front waist, not the front back. The front waist is longer than the back waist. You see how I'm mixing the English? So this sewing allowance is enough for me. If you want bigger than this, it's okay. But I advise you don't put too much sewing allowance that you will fail to remove. So just put what is enough. So I cut two pieces because I need also the lining piece. Okay. And here I'm going to add a little bit of good sewing allowance, because I'm going to put the zipper on one side. So I'm going to put the zipper in the on the side, not in the center. Okay, not in the center back. I'll put the zipper on the side. So that's why I added some good sewing allowance here. It will be for the zipper. So now I finished cutting. So this is my back. And this is how it is supposed to sit on the front. Okay, so now we have all this. We are going to cut the down part, the skirt part. So for the skirt part, I want to make a long, very long skirt to the what? To the foot. Yeah, so I don't know why I always take my measurements. Whenever I'm going to make something long, I redo my measurements. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just scared of not doing the right thing. But it's usually 56, but I always take it again. I'm just addicted to that. So it's 56, right? So 56 minus, I'm going to reduce 16 because 16 is from my shoulder to my waist. So 56 minus 16 equals to 46. So I must make a skirt that is longer to 46 inches. So this is going to be a dress. Let me first stop here. So I'm going to make it like a circle, down a circle. Is that the right word? This is 38. So I'm going to open this here and cut. So I'll do the same for this. I really want a huge skirt. So I'm going to align this together. So this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to fold it in as we do for circle skirts. Okay, so these are 2 pieces. So you can see what I'm doing. I fold in as a triangle. I told you I need 46, maybe plus some 2 inches, because 46, some 2 inches, we need the hem and the joining allowance on the waist. So I have to take 46, the measurement here, for like 48. Yeah. So my waist divide by 4. My waist divide by 4 is 8.5. I'll add, you can add 1 inch sewing allowance, which makes it what? 8.5 plus 1 inch, which is 9.5. 9.5. So I'm going to use 9.5 here. 9.5, which is this, on my waist. So I always like to carve in when I'm making a waist, I carve in like this, because if you cut it straight, it makes a V shape. So I love carving in like this. I make a curve like this. So let me get my chalk and see how. Okay, so I will measure this and see how much I have. So it's more than 9.5. I'll come in like this again and take the measurement. Okay, I'll take the line from here, but before I do that, I'm going to pin. I'll pin these points. Okay, so I'm going to cut like this. So remember, I want 46 plus 2 inches. That's probably 48. Okay, so I'm going to measure 48 inches going down. 46. Hey, 46. Okay. So let me take the 46 from here to 46 plus 2, 48. To here is 48. Where is my chalk? Okay, let me use a marker. Hi Julie, how are you? How are you doing? Where are you watching from? So I'm going to take 48. I'll use this red marker. You can rub it easily. So if you're dealing with real fabric, please don't use these markers. They are washable, pens? They are washable markers that you can use on your fabric. Or chalk that is that can melt when you melts when you iron on it. So if you're using fabric, please don't use this marker. It will refuse to go away. So I'm just folding in so that I can show you this side. Yeah. So I'm taking 48. I'm taking it from the waist going down. So we have an issue that even on this line, we could not get the 48. What do we do? What do we do now? Wait a minute. I did not achieve the 48 on this side. So I need to get a solution that can help me cover the 48. So let me try this and see if it works. So let's go back a bit here. Let me try to cover this. To place this on top of this and see if we can cover the 48 and sew it together or cut it together, okay? So I'm pinning this part together. I'm leaving a sewing allowance here and a sewing allowance here, okay? So I think this would be better than struggling to. Okay. And I'm going to come this, I pin it back here. So this will help us that we shall achieve everything together. Okay. So let's do it again. So the first 48 is here. The second 48 is here. The other 48 is here. The other 48 is here. The other 48 is here. Cannot get the other 48, but I will see how to do it. Yeah. A moment. So we are going to cut around this edge. So we are going to split this into two. Okay, so we have our skirt pieces. This, I'm going to join it here. This is supposed to be joined here. One piece on one piece, okay? So, we have this part missing here. We shall see how to do that. So, I think I'm going to stop here now. I have to do something urgently. I didn't plan it, but I have to do it. So when I come back, I'll come back later. I'll just join everything together and see what to do next. So we are done with the cutting. Yeah. So thank you everyone for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Simona, how are you? Simone, how are you doing? How is life? Yeah, please subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. Hit the notification bell. You'll be notified when I put up a new video. So I'm going to stop here today. I will be back to complete. This is also going on my dress. So, yeah. I will come back later to finish up. So shout out to everyone. Whoever comes to see these lives, oh my goodness, I don't know what to tell you. Thank you so much. I love you. We shall be back later. Bye.